to some degree, because what happens is you get the club toe way up off the ground, your hands are pretty low. What my checkpoint for you in setup is when you push your hips back to set up, you should get to the point where as you slide your hands down your thighs, your hands should reach about the top of your knees. That's about as far down as you want to go.
So I'm getting too bendy with
Yeah, well, not just necessarily bendy, but your hands are below your knees. So you're actually bent over more than you need to be. You know,
upright.
yeah, you need to be a little more upright now.
Sometimes they've told me to lift my chin a little bit. I guess that brings everything up.
Yep, yep. But in terms of the plane here, you got the shaft plane, and then there's a plane from the shaft through the top of the elbow. That's sort of the area where the club should stay in. And you do a nice job on the takeaway of keeping the club head in a nice position there. The face is pretty much parallel to your spine angle, which is good. Club's in a good position. A little bit across the line, but that's okay.
That's my move right there.
Yep, goes out a little bit. And you recover it. You recover pretty good. You drop it in a little bit. Part of that problem is that first move, your shoulders start to rotate and they should drop. So this shoulder should actually go down a little more. Yeah. Well, you know, you got a little bit of a high right elbow and you have a wide chest. So with your build, that's probably going to be your swing. There's a lot of guys that have a little bit of an out move, but with the short irons, it looks like you can do okay. But when the hands get out there, there's impact.
This has been my problem. My hands are too far out. I knew that's another thing that I do that causes shank is push the hands out.
Well, and the reason is, watch how much the posture changes. Okay, there's impact. There's address.
Yeah.
So, you know, you do pull up. Well, no, not really. If you just set up a little bit more like you impact the ball,
Right.
you wouldn't have many moving parts. And really, what's good about your swing is your pelvis. I was gonna say to you, this is called thrusting or early extension. When your lower body goes forward, that will cause a shank. But yours is minimal. Now that's still enough to remember. The face is only 2 inches wide. Yeah. So I mean, from here to the ball, you move in toward the ball that much. Yeah. So a couple things that'll help. Set up a little taller. Give yourself less knee flex, but push your hips. And when you set the club down, Bob, make sure the club is a little bit running more through your belt and more flat on the ground. Just a little flatter on the ground. You got the toe up. Yeah, you got the toe up. And then what I want to do with your golf swing is, and I don't know if this is possible, but we'll see. It all depends on physical limitations. If I can get your hands behind your right ankle a little deeper, and then that first move when your hands start the downswing and your shoulder starts to go this way, that's why you just got to work on shallowing out. So one of the exercises you can do is just make sure your left hip goes forward. Okay, so this hip is going toward the target and your right shoulder is going down. And you're just going to practice, I call it a pump drill. So you're just going to go this way. Now don't start turning. Take your grip. Take your setup, and we'll work on that. I'll give you the feel.